Thank you to our sponsors, Candid. I'll tell you more about that a little bit later, but right now, let's get on to the show. Hi, I'm Dr. Drew, and this is Dr. Drew After Dark. Please be advised that Dr. Drew After Dark may contain sexually oriented content and be unsuitable for young children. And welcome to another Dr. Drew After Dark. We appreciate you watching. We appreciate you listening. This is true joy, this show, and you all out there, you mommies, are a joy and a burden, but to be honest, it's fun. Don't forget Dr. Drew After Dark emails, drdrewafterdark@gmail.com, and of course the phone number, 818-253-1693. Leave us those voice messages. And one day soon, and I mean soon, we'll be taking phone calls. So we'll give you the time and the place, and then look out on my Twitter feed at Dr. Drew, just on Twitter, and we'll tell you when and where to call, and we'll interact. It's going to be really like Loveline back in the old days, only better. My guest today, speaking of better, Taylor Williamson.
I'm better than Adam Carolla.
Better than everybody. Bet you're the best.
That's all I've ever wanted.
I knew that about you. So we've known each other how long?
I've known who you are since I was 12. Literally like 20 years, all 21 years.
That you've known me.
Yeah.
How long have I known you?
I mean, you probably
How long have we had a
since,
relationship?
You've probably known me since before then. That's weird.
Not before then. I knew you since my wife cultivated a relationship with you. How'd that happen?
The First Lady of Love tweeted at me. I was on America's Got Talent. Yeah. So 2013. And I'm like...
She was a big fan.
That's like Mrs. Dr. Drew is tweeting at me. This is so exciting. It was a big deal.
And so you were on the show at that point, right?
Yeah. And then when did I meet you? I mean, I did Loveline. That was the worst guest you've ever had ever.
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, you've had guests like throw up on you and stuff, I'm sure.
That wasn't the worst either. We've had people that just like put their feet up on, like recalcitrant, like put their feet up and just kick back or whatever.
What's the word you used?
Recalcitrant? Like unwilling.
You can't say that like everyone, like, oh yeah, recalcitrant.
What's the word? Like,
know your audience, Dr. Drew.
All right. You can be my barometer of my audience. I'm sorry, unwilling to participate.
Yeah.
Like resisting.
But I was the kind of guest who, like, I'm listening and I'm forgetting that I'm on the show.
Right. We have a lot of those too. The people like just listen to the radio show.
I'm like, I love this show. Wow. I wonder what's going to happen next.
There was a lot of that. A lot of people got that way.
And then also, like, I'm supposed to be funny and stuff. I still haven't figured this out in 15 years of comedy and going on things, and like, especially like show like yours where, like, I mean,
you have to know when to be funny and when not to be funny. This one too. We had some very intense stuff comes up here.
See, I haven't seen that episode. I've only seen the ones
you haven't seen the crazy emails we get?
Well, I've seen the ones, but it's like intense, but it's just like, where you're laughing.
Well, we can also laugh at some of them. That's true. These guys select them. So
yeah, you have bad people working for you.
That's what I always say. That's the custom here. I've been saying that for quite some time. But so, I want to hear your story, like where you grew up.
Yeah. Oh, right now?
Right now.
Oh.
No, come back next week.
I don't know. Well, may I?
Please. No, you may tell me the story.
I forgot that I was supposed to be here today, and I set up a meeting with my agent, and then I had to cancel that to be here. And
I appreciate that.
I'm scared for my career. I picked you over my career.
Who's your agent?
Gersh.
You know what's funny?
I think they're amazing.
No, you know what's funny? They were featured in an episode of Barry last night.
Oh, really?
Where somebody did exactly this and lost the agent.
Stop it. They picked going on the Dr. Drew show?
No. She didn't like the project that they were like putting her into, and she's like, I'm not going to do that. And they go, you can't tell us what to do, man. You're not the boss of us.
I hate canceling. But I had
to. Do you watch Barry?
I hear it's amazing. I'm sorry.
Do you watch much TV?
I watched like Shark Tank.
What? Watch Game of Thrones last night?
No, I don't.
Dude,
listen.
Killing Eve?
I'm in the real world, okay? I don't have time for your fantasies.
Killing Eve?
You're trying to escape. I'm trying to be inside of
Killing Eve?
I don't know what that is.
You need to watch that. It will freak you out for the rest of your life, I think.
Okay.
It's about a psychopath.
I watched.
And it's very well done, very accurate.
I have trouble with these news shows you kids watch these days, where like you have to watch 5 years of it to catch. Like I like Home Improvement. You start at the first season, the episode begins. Jonathan Taylor Thomas has a goiter. What's going to happen? Oh my God. The end of the episode. Oh, he's okay.
Yeah. And you could just watch that one episode and know everything about the show. Yeah.
Start season 4, episode 20. You're in, you're out. You don't need.
You're right. I miss those days.
That's the mom. I get it. Okay. He works with
and now I get addicted to these binges. We binged Dead to Me.
Yeah.
with Christina Applegate and Linda Cardellini, who are both like so great.
Yeah.
And we could not stop.
I hear it's amazing. I'm not like, I hear they're all amazing.
You heard that one too?
Respect
I
you.
thought that was my find.
No, everyone on the Twitter, they're like, this show's so good.
Yeah, well,
You know?
see. But Killing Eve is your assignment.
Wait, is that the one with
Or Veep. Do you watch Veep?
No, I hear it's amazing.
Oh
my friend,
you go through life just thinking, Paris, I hear it's amazing. it's Veep, I hear it's amazing. I wouldn't dream of experiencing it, but I hear it's amazing.
I'm to Japan.
I hear it's amazing.
A lot of Japanese people over there, but besides that,
Do they like you? Are you popular?
like, am I as a human or am I
As a
famous over
comedian?
there?
Yeah, you know.
I did do a comedy show in Japan. I did one in Japanese, and they didn't laugh at my joke. I did one joke because I don't really speak. I speak some Japanese, like a little bit. Skoshi.
Now, how did you get involved with Japan then?
I studied as a child the Japanese language.
Why?
Big little childhood. Oh, you love this stuff. Little child abuse, emotional abuse. So I had like a Japanese. My best friend in kindergarten was this Japanese kid.
Yeah.
And he spoke no English. So looking back, is he really my friend?
So did he teach you Japanese?
I'm gonna get to that, sir.
I have questions.
I like that I know you enough to like talk back to you. That's a big deal in my life. Like,
So go ahead. I'll sit back.
I used to respect you
Drink
so
my
much.
tea.
You know
What happened?
You invite me to dinner once, and now I'm like,
We've been there multiple times.
no, but I'm saying, but now.
Oh, as you.
Now,
Yeah,
now I'm
you.
very comfortable talking back.
Okay. All right. That's all right. I like that.
I appreciate you. I like you. So,
you.
so then, my mom is a brilliant artist, and she she was based out of Japan for many years. So she would go there several times a year and sell paintings and stuff. And so my mom's the chairman of this company. Like, she would have me. So they had after school Japanese learning program in my elementary school. And then, so I learned. And my mom,
What?
I know it's weird. Del Mar, you know this.
Is that just because your mom set that up, or
No, they had it. I don't know why. But
crazy.
but I did it because I had friends from Japan. So then, my mom encouraged me. I had an after-school tutor, but then she had me learn it to impress her boss at work.
Oh, I see.
Or boss, how we call it, chairman of this publishing
So
company.
your mom's
So-
still with us? Still alive? Yeah.
I hope so.
So when I call her a narcissist, it won't be too offensive to anybody.
Oh, I've told her to read your book.
Oh, good.
That's the whole thing.
But her
I'm not
needing
kidding.
you-
I'm zero joking.
I'm zero joking too.
Yeah.
For her needing you to learn it for her that's pretty classic.
Yeah. Oh, so no, but it was so I would come to her. This is child abuse. You tell me this. So then I would go to. We had dinner for her boss. It's just like let's come over for dinner and all these people, you know. And then like I had she gave my tutor a list of things that I should say to be cute in the meal. So like, where's the bathroom? Sumimasen, toilet odoko desu ka? And they'd be like, yay! Oh, we like you, Taylor's mom. We should work with you more.
Did she have some kind of nickname for you?
No, but oh, you mean my mom?
Mm-hmm.
Why? I don't like how you're leading me into something.
No, Does
your mom have some nickname?
I'm
for
just
you?
guessing that she just feels like that kind of person.
Ew.
What'd she call you?
I don't like this conversation. I'm uncomfortable.
It must be something very embarrassing.
No, it's not. I mean, you're being very aggressive. Like you have some
I'm
like weird.
aggressive. I don't even weird anything. I'm just asking.
You have this look of like you're confident. Like she called me. She called me Tay. She calls me Tay. I'm not a huge fan of that, but
Okay,
Tay
I
Diggs
get
is cool.
feelings, and my feelings are usually pretty accurate. And
So do you feel like you're right? And now that you know my answer,
I know your answer, and I appreciate it.
well, like what kind? What do you?
Was it like Tay Tay?
No.
Just Tay.
Tay is triggering for me though too.
Why?
Because in school I was Taylor W, and then there's like Taylor C. That's the girl Taylor, and then like they call her Tay Tay, and she loved it. But then they call me Hey Tay Tay, like mocking me, like I'm like
a girl.
like I'm a girl, but I'm a man.
Well, you weren't then.
I mean, that's before my sex operation.
You were a boy.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I was like, Dr. Drew, did I used to be a lady?
No,
Did
no,
you
no.
talk to I feel like you called my mom before this, and she told you I was a lady.
I'm wide open to anything you have to tell us.
Thank you, buddy. Anyways, so my agent dropped me. Is that what's gonna happen? You think?
No, that's what happened to Barry's girlfriend. So
But he's a murderer or something, right?
yeah.
I'm just
Not a
trying.
murder, assassin.
Okay.
To be fair.
Spoiler alert. I haven't
Yeah.
watched it yet, but yeah. So I was like, But what's cool is like I had a good excuse. I'm like, I said I'm doing Dr. Drew's show. I wasn't like I'm doing my friend.
I'll call him. I'll give you a note.
Would you?
Sure.
Could you give me a doctor's note?
Of course.
That's cute. I'm not even kidding. That'd be fun.
Okay. I'll write it.
That's charming. Wouldn't they be like, that's the best thing you could have?
What's his name?
There's a couple. There's Laura and Val.
Laura and Val.
This is great, Dr. Drew.
Taylor had a doctor's appointment.
I'm so happy right now.
And needed to be excused from his employment obligations.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Whoop.
Now that I feel like they're so lucky to have me now.
They see. Don't tell me I don't get your back.
Dr. Drew, thank you so much.
Dr. Drew, have you ever written a doctor's note for someone like this before?
I've never written a doctor's note when I am not seeing somebody medically. So I don't quite really know the full ethics of this, but what's the date today?
The 13th.
Okay.
Wow. I feel like
Laura Val Taylor had a doctor's appointment and needed to be excused from his employment obligations.
But no one knows it's Dr. Drew. It's just a bunch of scribble. Yeah. Do you have your diploma with you so they know you're real?
It's on my website.
Okay.
You can go just refer to that.
Thank you, buddy. Taylor, oh man, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna send it to them.
I hope you do. Just take a picture of it and just scan it.
I really will. I hope they respect you though. What if they hate you? If they hate you, then it's worse.
It's your call, buddy. God. I don't think they're hearing it. Laura Bell's not very nice.
What do I do? Call 1-800-LOVE-191?
No, that was the old one. It was the old show. But say some more in Japanese.
What do you want to know?
Like when you told the joke, tell us the joke.
So I mean, here's the joke. This is what real life will work. So I did a show in Japan in Japanese. I got hired to do a thing out there for the Japanese comedian and American comedian to be funny. And then they produced it was a disaster. They kept telling me, "You're not being funny." I'm like, "Yeah, but then you don't know what I'm saying." I make funny, but you don't know. It was fun. So then they're like, "We're gonna have you do comedy in Japanese." I was like, "Okay, well, I don't speak Japanese, but I can do one joke in Japanese. Let me get one laugh and get out of there." So the joke that we figured out with the guy who speaks some English. I said, I'm gonna go on stage and just say in Japanese, "Hello, my name's Taylor. I'm from America. Nice to meet you. I like to eat pizza. I'm gonna tell you jokes. Actually, I don't know how to speak Japanese." It's not a 10, but it's
say it.
It's a.
You say it in Japanese. I don't care what it sounds like in English. It's a crappy joke in English.
It's a crappy joke, period. But it's a joke.
Okay.
It would get like a scale from 1 to 10. It's like a 4.
Okay.
I just wanted to get like a haha.
Yeah.
So it was konnichiwa, boku wa Taylor desu. Boku wa American jin desu. Onegai dozu yoroshiku. I forgot to say I'm gonna tell you a joke, and then I said Nihongo o hanashimasen. Right? But here's what went wrong.
Most impressive thing ever happened on this show.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, usually it's a bunch of anus relapse.
Yes, that's right.
Prolapse?
That's why this is the most impressive thing.
Relapse, prolapse. If prolapse is when it happens again, which is very rare.
A relapsing prolapse, yes, would be a second prolapse.
Very rare, right, Dr.?
No, not these days, it seems like.
But if it comes out, you can put it back in and it comes out again?
Yeah, that happens. And then the surgery is intense.
Oh.
It's a huge surgery. This is why that stuff drives me crazy. It's like, oh, it's so funny. Like, why do people into that? Oh my God. It's like this. What happens is when it comes out, it cuts off its own blood supply and the whole thing dies.
The anus dies.
Yes, that part of the rectum dies too.
Does it go to heaven?
The whole person goes to heaven afterwards, I imagine.
Oh, because you die after your...
Pretty easily get peritonitis, and that's that.
Oh my God.
But
listen, but here's what... Tell
me what's funny about it.
I'm going to tell you what I want to tell you, Dr.
Okay,
Drew.
please.
So my joke didn't work, though. It got zero
That's
reaction.
shocking.
Okay. It's not a great joke, but it would have gotten a reaction. It's cute. It's what it is.
Yeah.
But I walked up, so I was like, sayonara, and I was very sad. Good night. Then I said to my friend, my enemy now, I thought he was my friend. I was like, what happened? And he's like, I forgot to tell you, in Japan, in our language, we don't have And I'm like, don't you think that would have helped if you had told me?
What do they have?
And he's like, they go,
Seriously?
Yeah. So it's these Japanese people, the kindest, most polite people on earth. Like, they would laugh out of politeness. Like, my whole time in Japan talking to people who speak some English, just hanging out, I'm a very hilarious human.
Yes,
naturally,
you
as
you are. Yes.
And like, I say something, and then they go, ha ha ha. And then I'm an insecure psychopath, so I have to go, do you understand what I was saying? They go, no. So that's the Japanese people, the kindest people.
They laugh.
They had no...
Even when you're not funny.
Right, even when I'm not, but they know I'm trying to be funny.
You didn't understand what you were doing.
They didn't even know what I was doing.
Yeah.
They don't even know I was trying to do comedy. They just stared at me. And I mean...
Do me again? Sorry?
But that makes sense here. I'm not being a racist. I am racist, but
I hope not.
No, I'm not really racist.
You're white supremacist, but not racist.
I'm a Jewish white supremacist.
Yeah.
I love being half Jewish because I can say I'm Jew. Because being a white, you're a straight. Oh, you're half Jewish. Oh, so you got this too. But like straight white men are horrible. Everything's their fault. They're awful.
Everything's
people.
bad. Yes.
But I'm like, I'm a Jew. Oh, oof.
Yeah. Get a little bit of a pass.
Yeah.
Not much, but just a little.
But you know what happens though? Because my name's Taylor Williamson.
Yeah.
You know? And I have this.
What's your name again?
TaylorWilliamson.com.
Yeah.
And but my mother's Jewish, you know, a Goldberg, you know. I don't know if I should say that, but private information. You know? But I have someone that says Jewish things, and then I have Jewish people come to my shows, and then they're like, "Are you really Jewish? You're just saying that." They get very offended on stuff.
So you start throwing out some Yiddish, and everything's fine.
Well, I like they get offended easily.
Verga Hargit.
What? Oh, I know. Wait, what's that one mean?
Drop dead.
Jesus Christ, Dr. Drew.
Just saying.
Where'd you learn that one?
Three Stooges.
Oh yeah, they're great Jewish men.
Wow. Are they? I just know
Yeah.
the Yiddish flowed throughout there.
Yeah, of course. The tragic stories. They all had tragic
In life?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. I don't know all of them. Some of them. Curly.
Curly had a big stroke.
Yeah, and then he like had it replaced, and like he was sad, and I think they all had sad. Half of them were sad. I'm just gonna go with that.
Did you see the Stan and Laurel movie about Laurel and Hardy? Also a very, very touching story about their problems.
I haven't seen anything that you've seen, Dr. Drew.
I know that. You haven't seen anything, period. You don't belong in this culture, even in Japan all the time. It's all right. Tell me about the Taylor Williamson show.
Oh, I do this Taylor's talk show thing. We've had many celebrity guests. We've had only one celebrity guest has been on twice. You know who that is, Dr. Drew?
I can't imagine.
It was Dr. Drew.
Oh, I was only on twice?
Which camera do I look at? I do this show like live in LA. I'm trying to sell a TV show. You
Yeah,
know?
it's great.
Thank you. And you're a delight. And
It's very funny.
thank you. No, it's a joy.
And you can watch it online.
I post some clips on at Taylor Comedy on Instagram and Twitter, and the goal is we have some cool people who said that they promised that they're going to help us sell it.
Oh, nice.
And we'll see how that goes. And so hopefully have a TV show and be a big
You have very talented improvisational performers around you too.
Yeah, like my old roommate and friend Kyle Kennedy is from the Groundlings Theater, and so I take that's like people from Saturday Night Live and are plucked out of there, and Daniel. What's his name?
Oh, Daniel, it's all right.
Daniel and Elliot. And,
Was your buddy Jillian on the?
Jillian Bell was
Yeah.
a very funny comedian, friend of Dr. Drew, and she was a guest recently. And yeah, so like the way that people are selling TV shows now, Daniel Acker. So anyways, the way people are selling shows now is
Doing them first.
because any show you get on TV, no one's gonna watch it. Everyone watches your show on the YouTube.
The YouTube?
You know, no one watches TV anymore. I mean, maybe just me.
They watch the YouTube?
They watch the YouTube. So, like, how do you sell a show now? You either have to have a famous person attached to it, or incubate it live and stuff. So we're doing the incubating live thing, and thanks to wonderful people like you who are doing it. So
That's fun.
if you're in Los Angeles, I do it every month. And
Oh, you're doing it every month now?
yeah,
The
and,
same place?
Yeah.
Well, it's moved around a couple times.
Well, I moved across. We do a Groundlings in their smaller stage. 'Cause
Yeah.
we want to keep it intimate. We don't want to.
You wouldn't want too many people there.
We don't want too many people there because we know, That was a weird noise that came out of my mouth. What was that, Dr. Drew?
That was a weird noise.
I had a physical the other day. I have a lot of. Can I ask you questions?
Please,
about
let's
that?
do it.
I had it first in the years. I haven't had a physical. You go every 5 years. That's when you should do it, right?
Until you're 50.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah, then you should be going every year probably.
So, but it was weird. Like the doctor, nice guy. His picture, these guys are all very busy. They're very popular doctors, Like Dr. Drew, he's like, "You're available next week to be on my show?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm busy. 2 weeks." I played it cool, These doctors, they're like booked 3 months in advance,
Right now, everyone's busy, yeah.
What do you mean right now? Is this like the sick time?
No, but I mean, it's primary care. Anybody good is overwhelmed.
Yeah. So like the one guy who's available is this guy who looks like he's like 15.
Mm-hmm.
And then, have you heard of this? Like, I mean, sincerely, like I was like, I don't want an old man doctor, but I don't want like a 15-year-old doctor.
Brand new.
Yeah.
You don't have anything difficult. What did he tell you?
But anyways, he was old. He looked older than he did in the picture.
Wow.
Like I think he had his high school yearbook photo, but he's probably 30. I don't know. But he's great, and you may know him. I don't know.
Keep going.
I don't know. But he asked me.
Not every doctor knows every doctor.
I don't know. Is that racism?
Of kind.
But he's not Jewish. That was.
Oh, forget it then.
Right?
Why'd you see him?
He was Asian. I respect that. I love like the acoustics where you can hear them laughing. That's fun. So, so it's good for your ego as a comedian. Like you hear them laughing, but you don't hear too much, you know? Right. But then, he's like, I want to get.
But they're kind of like the Japanese, they're just being polite.
I think you're right, actually. This is a funny doctor, man.
So anyway.
But he's like, this is my first time going to him, you know? And he's like, so tell me about yourself. That's a weird thing, right?
Not really, yeah.
Do you do that?
Let's start. Tell me about yourself.
But I'm just like, I'm from San Diego. He's like, cool.
You gotta start somewhere.
I don't know. I just wanted to take my blood and like tell me what's wrong.
No, he's got to get to know you.
So I didn't like that. And then also, this is a big deal. So they measure me. They have like the fake doctor guy, whatever he's called. He comes in and he's like,
it's a helper.
Santa's helper by the doctor.
Yeah, okay.
Little person. And he goes. He wasn't a little person. That I don't know if I cut out that part. So then, but it's a wonderful thing if he was. I was just doing Santa.
We're leaving it in.
I was going. I was going with the Santa's helper joke.
Yeah.
I respect little people
I get
and big people. Not that they're too big. I usually exercise more. But I respect them. But otherwise, I wish them well.
Yes, you feel that.
I want them to be healthy.
Of course you do.
God, my career's over. I already lost my agent. Can you write one of these doctor's notes for the fat people and little people, please?
Have some sort of Me Too movement attack you.
So then they measure me. And he goes like, how tall are you? I'm like, I'm 6 feet tall, you know? That's what it says on my Tinder profile.
Yeah.
And
they measured you and?
They said 5'11".
Oh, you're shrinking.
Well, then I was like, with all due respect, let's do it again. And he's like 5'11". Then he's like, we'll try with shoes on. And I'm just like bewildered. So I did it. He's like, I'm not even 6 with shoes on. But I've always been 6 feet tall. And then I asked
you need to get out in the sun more.
Is that the problem? I don't have a tan.
Exercise more.
That'll grow me back to 6 feet?
No, probably not. But you will stop shrinking.
The real doctor said that it's unlikely that I'm shrinking.
You're not that age yet. It's unlikely.
But who do I trust? The guy who was like...
Who told you were 6 feet? Your mom?
Don't talk about my mother.
You almost spoke to me in Japanese.
That was racism? Dr. Drew's racist?
No, that's me imitating Taylor. But go ahead.
I mean, that's
so who measured you originally? Who told you were 6?
Everybody.
Who measured you and told you were 6?
The other doctor people. I don't know.
Hey.
But I mean, it's odd. I don't know what to do.
Don't do anything. Start exercising. I worry about you.
Do you worry about me?
Sure.
For my health? Mm-hmm. Do I seem malnourished?
No, you seem mal-exercised.
I am mal-exercised.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. That seems like a good place to talk about this. Let's just put it out there. I worry about you, Dr. Drew.
Why?
More people watch your show on YouTube than listening to you. That means they don't like your voice, but they like
your... whatever. It's all good. So...
We have one more question about the physical.
You're running a smoke screen on me now long enough. I got to get in here.
Can I ask one more question about the physical?
One more.
Serious. I was like, can you, I did a blood test. I was like, can you test herpes? That's a good STD test, you know?
Herpes is not a good
They hate
test.
it.
Yes, it doesn't work. It doesn't really work.
They hate that. And then I was like, can you test my iron? And
sure.
I think I might have iron deficiency or something. I was diagnosed myself. I had to tell them these things.
There's no reason to check iron unless you're losing blood.
Whose side are you on?
Are you losing? Are you bleeding out your rectum? Or you have blood in something where you're losing it? Probably not.
No.
Okay.
All right, I'm done.
So you need to get your cholesterol checked, your thyroid checked.
Yeah. I feel like you're judging me now.
I will be. Okay. You not yet. You grew up where?
San Diego.
Where?
Del Mar, California.
Del Mar.
Where the turf meets the surf.
Ritzy. And your mom, we've sort of a little sketch on her. What about your dad?
Divorced parents.
What age?
I mean, I always thought since I was a baby, but I think you love this. I don't like your face during all this.
I will look the other way.
So
Taylor.
So this show's so much more fun to watch than to be on.
Well, that's
like the whole time I'm like, you're asking all these crazy people the questions about why they're crazy. That's fun.
All your colleagues are. Oh, you mean out there?
Now I'm the crazy person that you're talking. I didn't
say you're crazy yet.
So, but they were like separated since like baby time. So I always remember them being separated, but then they got officially divorced when I was like 7 or something.
Did you have a relationship with your dad?
Yeah, till I was like 12.
Ooh, what happened then?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. My parents did play each other against each other, and then I didn't like him, and
Did
And
he
then
get
I was
abusive or
like,
anything?
No, I mean, it was like emotional stuff, you know?
What?
I don't know. I was just never happy when I went over there. I don't know. Just like nothing. I don't know. I'm like defending him.
Was it like you missed him and it was sort of evocative to go see him?
No, I was just it was just always negative energy, honestly.
Was he remarried?
No. But when I was 12, I wrote him a letter. I was like, I don't want to see you anymore. And then he was like, cool. He didn't say cool, but I think he was okay.
Peace out?
I pieced out and then
Yeah, you pieced out, but you were 12.
Yeah.
And he just was like, all right, no big deal.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I mean,
Was he a sociopath?
No, I think my parents did the best they could with what they were given.
That wasn't the question.
I mean, no, I don't think I think he's sad about it, honestly. He might be watching this. That's weird. You know?
Okay. Well, I hope he's sad about it because he should be.
Yeah. But we've been texting a little bit lately.
Oh, well, I've ruined that.
Yeah, I get like a once
Sorry.
a year like happy birthday text, and it's weird, honestly.
Why don't you go try to make a relationship with him?
Well, I mean, it's a weird thing, honestly. It's like, I should, but then he's a stranger though. You know?
Is he a stranger?
To me, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So it's odd. It's like,
But it still sort of feels like unfinished business.
yeah. It's. I mean, I'm stubborn. Clearly, I get from him. I want him to be like, Taylor, I'm so sorry.
Well, that's not going to happen.
I mean, that's I heard
You
him
have to
talking,
be
just talking about this stuff. Like these people are not. You have to forgive people for.
You haven't really sketched me about him, like, so I really get a sense of what he's capable of. 'Cause
Sure.
You keep running to his aid, defending him.
Can we show some videos of people's
will.
penises falling off?
Don't you worry, we got him. We got them all lined up.
But I want him to be like, dude, Taylor, I'm so fucking sorry. That was messed up.
If there were something like that to happen, who was it who has a story like that, Nadav? Was it with the mom?
Sickler?
Was it Sickler? Yeah, I thought it was Ryan Sickler.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a while for them to get to that point.
Well, they're almost.
Go listen to the Ryan
7.
Sickler episode.
Yeah.
It'll be a model for you.
Will it inspire me or?
Yeah, it might.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, I need to just like forgive people who don't know. Like I don't think he feels.
You may not be able to forgive yet, but you can at least be an adult. And even if he's not, you for yourself, you can go do it.
Is it immature of me to be fine without reaching out? Or do you think
No, it's not. It's understandable, but I just getting a feeling from you that there's unfinished business, and it feels like it would be good for you.
Yeah.
Even though it might not be satisfying, you'd be doing it for you. You know, does that make sense?
Yeah. I'm sure,
know,
yeah.
I don't know what he's made of, but you might get an apology.
I know, like when people have kids. I mean, my dad. I saw him I've seen him like 7 times in the last like 20 years, and he just said to me once. He's like, I didn't want to make the same mistakes my parents did, and I was like, well, that didn't work out.
Well, but think about it. Maybe he's afraid of what he might do raising kids, like maybe get physically abusive or something, and he didn't trust himself.
Yeah, I don't.
Or maybe he was sexually abused or something. Who knows what he's afraid of?
Yeah, I mean, I think.
He's a human too, and he has his reasons, right?
Yeah, we should have him call in right now. You would love that so much. Would you be so happy?
Yeah. So.
No, honestly, listening to your show growing up, not to be nice to you or make you feel good about yourself, but it made me feel not alone in this stuff because this before internet was Reddit. And
I
all
know.
These things,
That's why we did it, because there was nothing else out there.
I remember I've told you this in real life, but like hearing Good Charlotte talking on their show, coming from like a what do you call it, like a chaos, broken home and all that stuff. And it's just knowing they got from that point to where they are, and like I was like, oh, cool, you can get out.
That was why the guests were there to sort of model that.
It's a mitzvah.
It's a mitzvah, as your people say.
Oh wow, you're denouncing your Judaism. Wow, your people. That was
condescending. So how did comedy come in?
Well, I had a perfect childhood. I got a lot of.
I hear all of it. You got a narcissistic mom, abandoning dad. It's all perfect.
I love your labels on things. Like when I did your show
Just a
with
shorthand.
Adam, I remember like Adam came in late, and the first thing he says, "You're like, hey, Taylor has a bad dad." I was like, oh my god, and that's when I was more scared about them watching stuff, but I don't care anymore. But I think it's how. I mean, I really honestly like even as an adult, hearing you talk to your guests about their stuff, like
Sure.
it is. Cool,
We're all just people.
but special to. This podcast thing, it does stress me out a little bit. Podcasts where like it's the culture of podcasts is to talk about all your shit, just to divulge everything.
Yeah.
Not that it's secret, but it's private, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I do struggle a little bit with like, oh, I'm supposed to just share. But
Well,
it's a beautiful thing too.
I think, first of all, I think people want authentic as people really want. And to reach people with authenticity, you have to kind of, I mean, there may be things you want to withhold. That's fine. You're certainly entitled to, but they're hungry for authentic. And that's because there's been so much bullshit, I think, for so long.
Yeah.
And people aren't different. Comedians, it's not an accident we chose comedians to look at, because if you've noticed, there's some shit going on. I'm just saying.
It's the same story with every guest. It's kind of redundant.
Pretty much. Pretty much. No, I mean, like, Doug Benson was different, and but there's a lot of similarities.
He's from San Diego, same story.
Different story. Different story. But so how did comedy get into the mix here?
I wasn't one of those kids. I don't know how to sit. Can I be honest?
It's hard. These are not the most comfortable chairs on earth.
I like it, but I'm like, I don't know. Do I look?
You can do both. Look at me. Look at the camera. It's all good. That's your camera. That's our camera. That's my camera.
I feel like, and then you told me I'm malnourished, or I'm not exercised.
You need out of shape.
Yeah, I didn't know what to say when the doctor was like, "How often do you exercise?" I joined.
Did he ask you that?
I told him that I've been paying to go to the gym for the last 5 months.
I'm like this guy. The more I hear about it, the more I like him.
But I tried to change the subject after I said I've been paying to go to the gym for 9 months.
Did he then drill in more?
He didn't say, "Do you go inside the building?"
Right.
You know what I mean?
He'll learn to. That's why he's got to get to know you.
He's like, anyway. So
because you're slippery.
He's a good guy. I like this. Shout out to the doctor.
Yeah.
Whoever he is. So then, but when I was in high school, I got into stand-up comedy. My brother likes stand-up comedy. And I was one of those kids who want to be the exact opposite of my brother, just because. Which is a silly, dumb child thing that makes no sense. Like, I even sit to the point where I was like, I don't like music. That's what I said when I was a child.
Because your brother liked it.
He liked music. I don't like music.
But then he liked comedy. So how'd you?
He would listen to Adam Sandler albums and stuff. I'd be like, I don't want to listen to that. And then he's like, but then he eventually became my hero. You know,
Adam did.
Yeah. And then,
do you know Adam?
Oh, good friend of mine. I've never met him in my life.
Oh,
I wish. I'm flattered that I'm so.
Work on that.
I know. I dated this girl. I went with this girl. I'm on this like fancy dating app for dumb LA stuff. Have you heard of this one?
Which one?
Raya.
Oh, I've heard of that. You're fancy.
I'm a big deal.
It's the celebrity dating app, everybody. You can meet Taylor Williamson. The celebrity dating app.
Yeah,
it's essentially for Instagram models and celebrities.
Yeah, it's they waitlisted me for 2 years, but I sent an email. I got verified on Instagram. I was like, hey, can I get on this thing? They're like, yeah, I guess. But I hung out with this girl, and she's like, "Oh man, you got to meet Sandler and Rock," and I'm like, "Who are you?" Like some girl.
Well, take her up on it. He's your idol.
Being a hot girl is like such a superpower. David Spade has this joke where he's like, I'm reading the joke, but it's essentially, he's like, I'm hanging out with this girl. He's like, I was on SNL. I have $100 million. I am a movie star. I did this and that. And she's like, but I'm hot, so we're even. But I'm like, why are you hanging out with me? Anyways, I wish her well. So then and I started doing comedy. I don't know.
What was your first comedic experience?
So I started writing jokes in high school just because I liked, like, Mitch Hedberg really inspired me a lot. I don't know if you.
How did you figure out how to write a joke?
Well, what was happening at Arch Barker too, I would quote at school. I quoted. I wasn't like trying to take them, like, say they were my jokes, but I would like say jokes out loud that I heard other comedians say in high school. And then I remember this one kid was like I think it was like coming from jealousy, which is a weird. Everyone in high school, we're all a mess, you know.
Yeah.
And he was like, "That's not your joke. I saw it on Comedy Central." Then I was like, "Yeah, okay." Then I was like, "I'm gonna write my own jokes." So then I started writing stuff, and then when I was 16, I wrote for like a year, and I was like, "I think I want to do comedy." And then
it's pretty bold for a 16-year-old.
Yeah, I don't know. I found I don't know. Yeah, thank you. That's the first nice thing you've ever said to me in my life.
Just today. Just today.
Everyone, right? And you've been hearing how negative Dr. Drew's been to me. I don't know. Am I allowed to tell them to do that?
You tell them whatever you want.
And send me money, Patreon.
Visit him on Raya.
Check me out on Raya. Yeah, please. So then I went online. I was trying to find a place I could do stand-up comedy, and
there was an online at that point.
We had the internet.
I'm just trying to get the historical period. I don't know when this was. So.
I'm not 60. There's nothing wrong with that.
I am.
Happy birthday. You look great. You're very sexy. Every girl I know talks about how sexy you are.
You don't
all
need
the
to
time.
stop with the rim job. Let's go. Go back to your. with your
This is why you have a video on your show, by the way, because people listening are like, "Whoa, Taylor's been giving him a rim job this whole time."
so let's get back to this.
Not that I wouldn't.
This,
You're a handsome man.
this first episode, this first comedic.
By the way, he's acting like he's like I know I'm handsome. I get it. Like, you're not being modest. You're like, I already know. I've been told this a lot. I have 3 kids. That only means you had sex once. You have triplets, all right?
Nope. Because that was conceived in a dish, so I didn't have to have sex for that one.
You're like, I've had sex 0 times, Taylor. Take that. That's fair enough. So then, what was your last question?
Your first time on stage.
Am I the best guest you've ever had, honestly?
Stay focused.
Okay. Yes, sir. I respect you. Why do I respect you so much? So then, I looked up the Comedy Store. It said you had to be 21 and up, but then I saw Pauly Shore's sister, Sandy Seashore. That's her name.
Yeah.
The Comedy Store's owner is Mitzi, as I'm sure all your listeners are aware of.
The show Dying Up Here is sort of
Yes.
homage to her and her career.
I've never seen it, but
It's good.
I read the book though.
Okay.
I hear it's great. And so her daughter's name's Sandy Seashore. The family's interesting, you know.
Yeah.
And she had a comedy workshop, and I was like, "Can I take can I perform at the Comedy Store? If I take a class
in San
in
Diego?
La Jolla, they have a Comedy Store south."
How crazy is she was
Yeah.
down there? That's awesome.
Yeah. So she didn't. She passed away recently, and I was very sad, and I wish her well and stuff. But she didn't go. She didn't go. Actually, you don't have to take my class. You can just do open mics. But she's like, yeah. You know. So I'm like 17, whatever.
She did say you don't.
She
take
did
my
not
class?
tell me not.
Yeah.
To. I said. But
She wants you to take her class.
Right.
Of course.
She got me to take her class.
Yeah,
I'm
of course.
she's like, yeah, you can give me your money. You know?
Yeah, of course.
And so it was a comedy class. I didn't tell my mom I was doing it, and tell people. And
You ride your bike down there? Oh, you had a car then, 16.
well, I got my mom's. I was like, hey, can I have your car?
Wow.
Yeah, I had a driver's license, and 17. So then I started taking class. So I took 3 sessions of the class, which is kind of crazy. But I spent all my work money on that, and also on like there's like a private school you could go to take one class that all like you could pay for your grade, you know.
What did you need a grade in?
So I took algebra 2.5 times, and I kept. I took it twice. I failed it. And then there's like a private. I grew up in a rich area. I wasn't rich though, but everyone else was. It was like so I was like the poor kid in the rich area. So all the rich kids are like, hey, just go to school. You pay for your grade, you know.
This is the Felicity Huffman School of Algebra. Wow.
For real. So, but it's like private tutoring, but it's
Yeah.
like legit, or it's like a real. You get credit.
Did you learn it?
Well, I got the one teacher who was gonna fail me. My mom had to yell at him and be like help him pass it.
Yeah.
But I paid for my anyways. But the other thing I paid money for.
Math, your thing, huh?
No, I'm very bad at it.
I get that.
I'm an artist, Dr. Drew. So I took the comedy class, then I moved to LA when I was 18.
So when you're doing the comedy class, were you performing?
So it's a workshop where there's like, you know, she said Sebastian took it, Brody Stevens took it. It's kind of interesting because everyone, when you're starting, you don't know how to start.
Right.
Improv classes make more sense. I really don't encourage people to take comedy workshops. It's for stand-up comedy. It really doesn't make sense. It helps you get your feet wet.
Probably helps you write jokes or
It forces you
jokes.
to construct jokes and do perform for your peers.
A little bit of timing issues, I'm sure.
Yeah, and it's a bunch of insane people. Like it's literally it's a mental illness party of everybody. I'm not saying I'm not one of them.
Give me an example of what you saw at your class.
I mean, like I remember this. I'm trying to look you back. There's this old man who like his nails were really like different colors, you know, but
It's
they weren't
called
painted.
onychomycosis. That's called.
Onychomycosis. I went to school with that guy.
Onychomycosis. Let me put it on your letter.
Wait, who are you gonna say he has?
Taylor has onychomycosis.
Oh my god. What is it's that? How do you
fungus?
get that?
Fungus.
And
You get old.
Yeah, it was so weird.
Yeah.
But he was like a crazy man.
Like, what do you do?
I don't know. I'm not good at this, Dr. Drew.
All
I don't
right.
know. But then there's this other guy. Like I'm hanging out with these like crazy 40-year-old people, you know? And
Yeah.
This guy was 60 years old, you know?
Thank you.
There's one guy like he was like I'm scared to say his name. He's gonna murder me or something. But he's like just like the one guy had a cane, you know? It was just great. I'm not like describing it. It was like a whack pack of like.
Ooh, I get that.
Of like. But then I remember like there was a taping of Last Comic Standing and in Los Angeles, and like one of these guys was like, we should go to the show. So I told him I'm going out with friends. I drove to LA with these psychos when I was like 17.
Were they saying weird stuff, talking about weird things?
No, I mean they're just like this guy's like been in jail before and stuff and telling me about stuff, and I'm just like cool, you know. I'm like, but looking back, I'm like,
the man sucks.
I want to right. And like looking back, I remember he had some joke, and Sandy told him it wasn't funny, and he was so aggressive about it. It was about what do you call the? Oh, he's like, I'm in this gang. I joined a new gang. I was in Bloods and stuff, and now I'm in Caltrans. I don't even know what Caltrans was, but he got really mad at his joke didn't work. It wasn't funny.
It's kind of funny.
Oh, well, hey, if you're listening or watching.
All right, let's get to some business here. Let's get to some emails.
Did I move to LA and I'm famous now?
Yeah, I know. You just one triumphant experience at AGT.
Two.
Two?
They brought me back for the All-Star show and I lost again.
Oh. I thought you would show up a lot though, and then when you kind of sprinkled throughout, you're a favorite.
I really milked that thing. Yeah.
Why not? Hey, it's time to take a quick break from our show so I can tell you about our friends at Candid. Now, you know your teeth move as you get older. You may not know this. And if you want to get your teeth fixed, you don't want to wear braces when you're older. You don't have to anymore. There is a clear alternative to braces. Candid has an orthodontist who's licensed in your state to create a treatment plan for you. They have these, and these are only experienced orthodontists. They create a 3D view of what the computer stuff in this is awesome. A 3D view of what your teeth are going to look like. And once you approve that 3D view that you're going to create, they create a custom clear aligners. Look just like this. See what this is? Do you see that? You don't see that, right? And it's no big deal. And it's no hassle. It's easy. There's nothing to it. And it costs 65% less than braces. Candid. You save thousands of dollars, straighter, brighter teeth. It's an average of just 6 months. Nothing to it. And as you see, you don't even know whether I'm wearing them or not wearing them, right? All right, you're one step away from getting straighter, brighter teeth. This technology is finally here, guys. It's time to take advantage of it. If you've been thinking about it, now is the time. So you are one step away from getting straighter, brighter teeth, and you can learn more at CandidCo, CANDIDCO.com/Dr. Drew, DRDREW. Use code Dr. Drew, and you get $75 off. This is ridiculous. That is CandidCo.com/Dr. Drew, then the code Dr. Drew for $75 off. Just use that dedicated link, CandidCo.com/Dr. Drew, and then use the code Dr. Drew at checkout to get $75 off. And you'll be glad you did this. If you've been thinking about it, it is now time. So, speaking of time, it's time to get back to our program. Let me introduce you to sort of the mommy world here. The four-stroke guy is someone that we all know and love. And I thought, when you see all these T-shirts here about four strokes, and we got to explain to you where that comes from. And I'd love to get your reaction.
If you've had any kind of erectile disorder problems, I'm here to tell you, forget about Viagra, forget about salads, forget about dick implants and all that stuff. So I don't know if you believe me or not, but if you like to see me smoke some meth with a small limp dick that doesn't get hard any other way, and watch it get harder and harder, the more I smoke, the harder my dick gets. It's unbelievable. You're gay, you won't believe how good it feels. If you're straight, you won't believe how good it feels. Your dickhead becomes so sensitive that you don't need lube, you don't need spit. You just stroke that dickhead this up and down 4 times. Just barely do it, and you will shoot an enormous amount of very thick, hot white cum.
So, Dr. Drew, what makes this one of your favorite clips?
It's how I was indoctrinated into your mom's house. They showed me that, and I thought I probably should leave.
Yeah.
And then I thought, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into?
Yeah.
Which is something I think about even now.
Wait, is smoking meth not good medical advice?
Not good medical advice, not a benign treatment for erectile dysfunction. Though fascinating from a physiological standpoint, fascinating. He must have some nitric oxide release or PDE5 function.
I was thinking the
PDE5 inhibition, something like that.
Yeah.
And weird that he gets that reaction, and weird that it also not only causes erectile activation, but also hypersensitivity, which is sort of weird. And some people do get that from stimulants. That's why people do stimulants when they're sort of acting out sexually. Other people are shut down by it completely. Most people.
What happens to you when you do stimulants?
When I do meth, normally it shuts me down.
Yeah. I've never done meth.
No?
I never smoked a cigarette. Your show ruined me. I started drinking recently for the first time.
Wait, why did my show ruin you about cigarettes?
Over drugs and stuff.
Oh, Celebrity Rehab?
No, all of it. Love Line, the Celebrity.
Oh, just talking about drugs ruined you.
Yeah.
Oh, you couldn't enjoy it. You couldn't.
I was always like, this seems like a bad idea.
Afraid of it. Mission accomplished. But now drinking.
A little bit.
But the Ashkenazi Jews don't get alcoholism, so you don't have to worry about that.
We just have all the other mental illnesses possible.
Yeah, a lot of other stuff, but not
so many.
Rare for alcoholism. Rare.
My grandma had like 11 siblings, and 2 of them were in mental institutions.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I have no diagnosed mental illnesses, but I've never checked also.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give that doctor fellow a call. See what.
Do you think I could have a mental illness? Honestly.
I mean, don't you get depressed?
Yeah, but I think it's circumstantial though. My sincere, honest.
Do you get anxiety?
I think I have low level, and but there's all circumstances. I don't.
But I probably have more mental illness than you do. I had like major depressive episodes when I was younger.
Yeah.
And I have generalized anxiety disorder, and I had panic disorder when I was a teenager.
I wonder if I have depression, but then I have a lot of stresses in my life, Then when I went to Japan in January, it's honestly like a magical experience of just like the weight was taken off my shoulders. So I wasn't worried about my career. I wasn't worried about my family.
Because you're a whole new culture. You're like you're a different world.
But I turned off my brain. I was in vacation mode, which I don't do. I travel all the time, but never for my own joy.
You're always working.
Yeah, and so that proved to me, I think, that like, it's when I'm in certain environments and I have certain stresses. When I came back, right when I landed, I was like, oh my God, my car got hit by a drunk driver. I have to fix that.
Interesting to me that we went from 4-stroke to you feeling good about leaving the country.
Also, I'm not that guy. That makes me feel
No,
better.
You're not. I see. That's what I'm getting at.
Perspective makes me feel like...
I think that's why you've entered into that thought process.
But then I worry, though, because that guy's sincerely probably happier than I am.
Only when he's doing math.
Do you think so, though?
Only when he's doing math. Oh, yeah. And then it will eventually doesn't work so well. Not a good strategy for staying
Do you get immunity to meth from doing it too much?
Get steadily more paranoid and more, it screws with your brain in so many ways. You get more manicky, more paranoid, more disturbed thoughts that are disorganized. It gets bad.
Cool.
Yeah, it's cool drug.
I like
Is there more? Is he still up there because he's got more for us?
Well, I mean, I was gonna ask Taylor if he believed him everything about getting hard with the meth, because there's a follow up that someone else didn't believe this guy either.
My brother didn't believe me. But when he smoked with me, he put out his dick. I couldn't believe how big his dick was. He jacked off in 4 strokes and shot the most time he's ever shot in his life. He's only 49, and he's fine. He has no neuropathy problems at all. But his dick gets even harder and thicker and even more cum. He believes me now.
Taylor, have you ever done anything like that with your brother?
Wait, I just want to say how you introduced it. You're like, wondering if you believe him, and then he plays because someone doesn't believe him. And then he's like, yeah, my brother didn't believe me. Are you asking me if he's my brother?
No.
No.
Did you
Just
ever
if you do activities like these?
Right,
like
you
this-
share.
I never had that stuff. Like the guys like jerk off on a cracker. And
But with your brother?
No, or with my brother. Oh, with my brother, yeah, all the time.
All the time. Okay, I just want to make sure.
No, I never
And
had.
the fact that he did that with his brother is not a little surprising to you? His brother?
No, I mean, no.
What?
He's a crazy person.
Well, he is now.
That makes sense.
If
Of all
you're
people,
crazy.
like, it's just like, if he told me right now, like, I killed a man, I'd be like, yeah. If he watched his brother jerk off and 4 strokes, I'd be like, yeah.
So in your world,
Hot white cum.
Yeah, like, I'm not, there's literally nothing
in
he
your
would
world,
say.
there's like no sort of scale of from normal to disturbed. You're either normal or you're a murderer in your mind.
Yeah.
I see how you think of the world.
But it hasn't, like, living in LA, you grew up here, though, so maybe, right? You grew up in LA?
Yeah, in Pasadena.
But, like, it's really, like, I was just in Madison, Wisconsin, where everyone's just, like, wonderful and stuff, and it's sincere, and they mean what they say.
I told he was a white supremacist. I told you.
Wait, you did say that.
I did.
I do prefer white people over other races because they're better. But I'm not when I call myself a white supremacist. I mean, would you disagree? I'm going by science, not by biome.
Oh, Taylor, come on now. Quick, take it back before you are...
Listen, my career's already over. It doesn't. Joke's on you. No, I'm a Jew.
Oh, that gives you a pass.
I literally, like, because I'm a Jew, I can say that. I'm like, JK, I'm a Jew. But then, if I wasn't, I'd be like, I'm so sorry. I hope you know I was just joking. I'm a comedian. I would never believe a thing like that.
Right.
But not, right now, I don't have to apologize. I hate the Jews.
You do. Oh, they do. Everybody does.
Wait.
You're confusing me. The world hates the Jews right now.
Well, I mean, that's always been true.
Right. Right. There's more anti-Semitism than I can remember in my lifetime.
It's gone up since 2016. I don't.
That's what when people talk about hate crimes, that's where it's really gone.
Yeah.
Well, you've just contributed maybe a little bit to more of that.
No, I'm against anti-Semitism.
But let me get serious for 1 second. I do believe that we live in a country that we if we don't acknowledge that there's been we need a different word than white supremacist. A white perspectivalism is, I think, the right word. I'm getting serious now.
Yeah.
That there's been this white perspectivalism that's been with us forever, and we didn't realize it. And I think we need to really evaluate everything from that fact that there was an assumption of the white perspective, and that's what I think people are angry about now. Not that it just was a sort of an assumption of, well, this is the perspective, and it was a white person's perspective. You know what I'm saying?
I honestly, I think I do, but I'm not positive.
Let's put it this way: Abraham Lincoln, by the way I'm describing it, was a white supremacist. He was a racist, but he was just sort of like everybody else in his time. But he was also, the white perspective was
right, because the people in charge are always white people, so all they knew is their perspective.
Exactly. And Frederick Douglass tried to make him recognize that.
Yeah.
And he kind of went,
yeah.
Anyway, I got a war to worry about.
And then like being sincere still.
Yeah.
Is like, even as I grew up, thankfully, with so much diversity and like different religions and my friends or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Even still, there's things that don't hit me because we don't have the.
It's exactly why you got to understand you have that perspective, so you can be sensitive and pay attention.
Yeah, and I get like diversity is important on TV, and there should be more families that show different races and stuff. But yes.
But
like what I knew it, but then what really affected me, like emotionally, where like I felt it, like with teary eyes and like feelings and stuff, is someone posted when they did like the Wiz live. Like the Wiz.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw that.
I didn't watch it.
Oh, Jesus.
But I saw that someone posted on Facebook a little girl who's African American, I think, and touching the TV screen, and like that's why representation matters.
Yeah.
But
it does.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to the business here of our voice messages. Here we go. Let's have something good.
Hello, my name is Megan.
Hello, Megan.
I'm currently in a 4-year relationship with a wonderful military member. We both have suffered traumatic pasts, and he is 25, I am 30, and we are not meeting eye to eye and or physically in the bedroom. A, due to the medications I'm on and a lack of sex drive. B, my daddy issues.
Ooh.
I'm really at a loss as to how to learn to reconnect, how to physically feel safe, not dirty, not flash back to my father.
Oh my
I'm in
God.
cognitive therapy.
Okay.
I'm doing everything I should in terms of the PTSD and the anxiety, depression that comes along with trauma. And I still feel like a complete and utter failure. And this man loves me, is dedicated to me, and would probably go the rest of his life without bedding down with me and stay with me. I just do not find it fair to him. And I love him enough to tell him that if he's unhappy...
Okay, let's stop. So that's a good love line call, right?
Yeah.
Sound familiar?
Yeah.
So here's the crazy thing. So she was sexually abused by her dad, I guess. And so the crazy thing that happens when people have these terrible sexual abuse experiences is they sort of split internally, where the part of them that that's able to be sexual is bad. And so they can only be with bad people. So she's in love with the boyfriend, so he's good, I can't have sex anymore. And so she has to glue these parts of herself back together. She has to sort of reintegrate. And that would need something more like EMDR, not cognitive behavioral therapy. You really need real trauma therapy. So you get the trauma to settle down so you can kind of stay glued together when you're having these positive feelings, so you can continue to then have some sexual feelings. And then talk to your doctor about the medication they're shutting down your libido. It doesn't have to be. You can find something that they should be able to work through and find something that works for you.
That's a big deal that she's so aware of it, though. She's honest with herself.
She's aware of it, and it's sad, and it's really sad. And he's in the military, and he's got PTSD, and oh my God. And so this is quite a thing. But this trauma, she said she's 25. We were hearing it all the time back in the day, and that's still happening. But we went through an epidemic of childhood sexual trauma, I think. I really do, just beyond. and it destroys people. It just does.
Don't look at me like I have anything to add to
Good.
this.
Excellent. Let's get to the next one.
I wish you well, Miss. I don't remember her name.
Next voice message.
Jesus Christ, can I get out of here now?
Not yet.
Go back to the guy with
Hi,
the...
Dr. Drew. This is Aaron. I had a weird question. Ever since I was a kid, I've noticed that if I slightly rub my nipples, it gives me a real thirsty sensation. Like, I get super thirsty. I don't know if you've ever heard of this before, but I just thought it was weird.
It is weird. Thank you, sir. It is weird. It is weird, but it's all connected to our autonomic nervous system and arousal systems. And so people do get all kinds of strange reactions when they stimulate that area. They can have funny stuff.
Maybe, maybe he's like allergic to his nipples. I don't know.
Gets thirsty.
But do you know if he's drank 8 gallons of water and then he still feels thirsty?
Interesting question. I'll have to try that.
Please call back in and follow up.
I'm a huge fan. Happy to see you join your mom's house. I grew up not believing in ghost, spirits, supernatural occurrences until I actually had one. I'm very curious to know what your take is on such things. If you had any personal experience you'd wish to talk about, I wish you know what the experience is. Usually, when people say I had a weird spiritual experience, they're talking about hypnagogic hallucinations, where you're in that state just before you wake up, and they feel like something's lying on top of them, or they'll see somebody at the end of the bed, or they'll be frozen, and with that, you've had that?
Sleep paralysis.
Oh, so tell us about it.
It's gnarly.
Tell us.
It makes me cry thinking about it.
Okay, have you had it repeatedly, or?
I've had it every couple of years. I have some.
Did you have any hallucination with it? Because hallucinations happen with it sometimes.
I mean, the craziest one was, and I'm pretty rational and stuff. Like, I was skeptical about things, But I heard that lack of sleep could lead to whatever. But so crazy red eye flights and whatever. Then I arrived in a hotel and it's daytime. I took a daytime nap, classy. And then I'm lying in the hotel room. I see this witch lady come over and just look at me and give me that creepy and I can't move. Terrifying. And then if you Google, and everything's real.
You look. Your eyes are open. You see the room. You're frozen, and the hallucination enters.
It's like wearing VR goggles,
Yeah.
and it's what augmented reality thing, and everything.
Like Pikachu comes in.
Yes, but the Pikachu's this evil witch lady, and this is the scariest thing. If you Google, for me, I don't know what's scary for you, but if you Google sleep paralysis witch, it's the same lady. Look at this. Everyone sees. Why does everyone's the left one, the one below that one? I don't see a fox. That one. Basically is that. Why does everyone's brain make you see some crazy witch lady? And I've had that where somebody's floating over me, but I just saw a black cloud.
Wait, what else?
And I'm saying that
you've had that one, like somebody sleeping on top of you?
Yeah, but I didn't see the face. I just saw the black cloud. I've had that.
Let's go going through all the different sleep paralysis hallucinations and see what else Taylor's had. But is that it's a skinny person. It's a skinny witch, right?
It was me. I don't sleep with my appendages over my bed because I've had a thing grab me. And I think that's similar to sleep paralysis.
Yep, same thing.
But why does everyone's brain make you see the same? I've had that.
Well, that you've had what?
I've had shadows walk.
The shadows are common.
I've left. I did a show in Pismo Beach New Year's Eve 10 years ago, and it was at 5 a.m. I saw a ghost thing walk by, and then I was scared. And I talked to it a little bit, and it wasn't there anymore. And then I took a shower. I was like, I
like the way the people lying there with their eyes popped open like that.
Yeah,
you've had that kind of
100% that, 1,000,000% that. But then I drove home 3 hours at 5 a.m. So I was like, this is scary.
Oh, there's no shadow in the lower left there for you.
It's just Dr. Drew. You're opening up to him and being vulnerable. He ignores you. You're like my father and my mother.
I'm listening.
That's why I like you.
You're just projecting.
That's why I like you, because you're like my parents.
You're just projecting that onto me.
Wow.
I'm actually very different. Well, that's really interesting and cool. I did not know that.
It's not. It's terrifying.
No, it's cool.
Oh, it's so cool. You're scared for you. You get scared. You have a ghost to try to murder you. Oh, it's so cool.
No, it's cool that they have similar images, and the basic reason is we all have the same central nervous system, right? We all have the same brains, essentially. They're very similar in their function and structure. And so it makes kind of sense that when you have paralysis, you might get some similar. I mean, when people see the same aliens, and they have they have all these elaborate stories that go with the sleep paralysis.
We know what you should not do if you think you have demons in your not your sleep paralysis is not just an illusion. You think it's real. Don't go on YouTube and watch documentaries about those are ghost ladies who are coming to murder you. People make hours, and I'm sure all of these listeners watch this stuff. There's documentaries that are hours and hours long that's proving you all of the crazy things correct.
Josh gets them too. Josh, you want to get on the mic? Come on now. Did you look at the pictures? Are they the same?
I think one time I had sleep paralysis and Josh showed up.
That's horrifying.
It was in Buffalo.
Did he have a patch on his eye? Was he a pirate? He's like I told him to do?
He had 2 patches.
Oh.
I used to get sleep paralysis like crazy, and some of the one, it wasn't a witch woman, but that one where it had like the woman overhead. I had a woman like hold a knife to my throat one time.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
But I haven't gotten it since I moved to LA.
No aliens or anything weird like that, or
I've had
ghosts?
like aliens. Have you ever had this, Taylor, where it's like outside there's things happening where it's like a dog fight? I've had like spaceships fighting outside and explosions and things like that.
Are you camping?
No, it's like I'm in my room, but like outside of the windows you can see flashes of light, and it's like there's a war happening outside.
You're cool.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I would feel secure, like it's not inside, it's outside. One time when I was a kid, the first time I had one of these things, it was just so vivid, it seemed real.
Yeah.
This is I'm just sharing, but there's a guy like a Beetlejuice from Beetlejuice, you know, walked in my room and just like did that whole look at me thing and then left.
The actual Beetlejuice guy.
I mean, Michael Keaton.
But
it was like a guy. I don't know if that counts.
Well,
as sleep paralysis.
Sal from the Stern Show believed his bed levitated and pushed him up to the ceiling in a hypnagogic hallucination. And I finally convinced him that, dude, it's just a hallucination.
But so have you never had these?
No, I've never had them.
Do you think you're better than me and Josh?
No, I think I'm deficient. I'm missing out on something.
Yeah.
So
do you know what causes it? I've heard like you said, Taylor, lack of sleep, but I've also heard like dehydration and things like that.
Anything that disrupts your sleep if you're prone. I mean, some people are prone and some people are not. And people that walk in their sleep, people that had night terrors when they were kids, people that have seizure disorders, all can or be prone to this kind of thing. Did you have night terrors when you were a kid?
Actually, I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Like nightmares?
Wake up screaming in the middle of the night.
I don't think so. I had nightmares, but no. One time I had a nightmare.
Do you walk in your sleep?
Oh, you know what happens to me sometimes? This is weird. It hasn't happened in a few years, but there's 2 of these. I've woken up, I've slept in my underwear, you know? I'm a man. Sometimes I have no underwear, do what I want.
I've seen you in your underwear. They're very cool underwear.
Yeah. If you go on thank you. If you go on Twitter, a picture of my underwear with Heidi Klum. People think it's Photoshop because they're trash. So, but I've woken up with a sweater on. The weirdest one I had, I bought ice cream.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about this.
You ate it.
Well, it was gone.
Yeah.
I'm like mad at my roommate for eating my ice cream. And then 2 days later, I go to the cabinet.
In your room.
My roommate was gone, but no, I put it in the cabinet overnight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not good, but maybe I sleepwalk. I don't know.
Yeah. Josh, do you sleepwalk? No, it does not sleepwalk. See, it usually goes together.
Can you have dementia at my age? The doctor asked, but I'm missing things. I'm missing a box of merchandise of T-shirts that I ordered, literally gone from my house. I live by myself, and it's very weird.
Must have been that witch lady.
Dr. Drew.
Took it up.
Don't ever go to Dr. Drew.
I've been with my husband for 7 years, married for just a year. It's just that he doesn't watch porn. If the subject comes up, he always says that poor girl is someone's daughter, or what happened to her, would I make her do that? However, I recently discovered that he is commenting on pornographic pictures of women on Reddit. Oh, God. He's also commented on how he wants to do sexual things to them. I have a very sexual woman, and my feelings are hurt. He's commenting on other women's bodies and lying about watching porn. It makes me feel insecure. I can't help but feel like he is disgusted by my body. Oh, boy. So what do we tell her? What guys watch on porn is different than what they... It's not necessarily a preference for what they want in their life. Because they're trying to get optimal stimulation from visual imagery. That's all they're doing. And it requires some focus on parts and this and that and qualities that they may not want in a real person. It's a much different thing in real life.
What did people look for in this serious question? Well, not serious, but I'm being sincere. But because of pornography, there's all these things that you could want to have happen to you now or to do to people. But these things didn't exist 50 years ago. They
probably always existed, just didn't know it, right? And they maybe not as popular.
But
like, what are you talking about?
But like, I mean, like crazy, filthy stuff. I don't know. I'm a good man. I'm not gonna say these things. But back in the day, you just looked at a picture of a woman. But I think now our minds are all fucked from looking at pornography.
So it's just like drugs. Like, what do we do now? We've got more powerful drugs we're exposed to. Does that screw with our brains? Probably.
But I think this guy is like a lot of people. Like the more feministy people are, then they turn out to be like Me Too-y people.
Her?
But I'm saying that the guy is like the people are like the.
Oh, you mean they doth protest too much?
Or they gay Republicans who were like, or the Republicans are like, I hate gays.
Right,
and
it's a
to be
conversion.
gay.
They call it conversion reaction.
So I don't trust this guy.
He's a 27-year-old man. This guy's addicted to pornography. 12 years. I rarely go a day without masturbation. Recently, I tried stopping. It was recommended that I stop. I managed to make it a week, but one morning I woke up with the 4-stroke problem. So I jerked off. For 15 minutes afterward, my prostate was on fire. I've never felt anything like it. I couldn't sit down. Had to jump up and down for a while. Eventually, there's all kinds of things that can reaction. It's probably just pubococcygeus or pelvic floor spasm, which is, you could get some prostatic inflammation too, or even urethritis after that. But it's an interesting problem though, which is that although he needs to go cold jerky, he may need to avoid the porn. That's the main thing, because his body is saying he may need to. Some people need to stay pretty active. Here's another porn addiction. Jesus. Well, give me another voice message. Let's get a voice message here.
Hey, Dr. Drew. This is Riley, and I have a question about peeing while masturbating. Sometimes I've found that if I'm using a dildo to masturbate, I sometimes pee. Like, it's never a lot of pee. There's no sort of stream, I guess, but there is a good amount sometimes. And I don't need to pee before I masturbate. I don't have any, I don't need to at all. But is it like I'm pushing or something? What's going on there? Thank you, Dr. Drew. Love you guys. Stay tight. Bye.
She loves me?
She loves you too. And she's the best, right? Let's face it. This is the best.
Sounds so pretty.
She's the best.
I have that same problem, by the way.
You squirt?
When I'm masturbating with my dildo, I pee.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that's make white. I don't think that's pee. I'm sorry to set you straight on that, but I think that's...
What?
You don't watch this. You need to watch this network more. Are you friends with Bert Kreischer?
No. I respect him, though.
I'm going to put you guys together. All that respect will go away. So listen, honey. That is either female orgasmic incontinence, which happens very, very frequently, and men don't care. Men think that's all squirting, and men, when they see evidence of the work they've done, they're delighted. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I made that happen. How fantastic!
Everything's great.
So your partners are going to really dig that. But that might be urine. It might be female orgasmic incontinence. Many so-called squirting is actually urine, but there also is some women that emit a ejaculate, a certain amount of fluid that comes out of the Skene's glands and the Bartholin's glands in the area there. And that might be what you're doing.
She didn't sound...
It's all normal.
She didn't seem upset about it.
She seemed a little confused about it because every sentence ended in a question. I'm not quite sure what's going on here.
Listen, she's please find me on Raya.
She's on Raya. You can find Taylor. He's already, just with that magical ability you have.
At Taylor Comedy.
Taylor's in. Taylor's completely in. It's a unicorn.
What?
She's a unicorn.
Wait, what is a unicorn?
You just special. You found a unicorn.
Oh, because I heard someone say they're a unicorn, and I was like, what? And she's like, she joins couples, and she's their third person.
Ew.
Right, guys?
I don't know this lingo. Help me, somebody.
I mean, I don't know that, but it looks like Enya or Switcher seems to know that.
Who?
Ennie.
Oh, Eddie does.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Eddie's a unicorn?
I'm just nodding that yes.
You've been a unicorn?
No.
You're the person, like a couple wants to have a threesome, and like, I'm down.
I see.
We need a unicorn. Your unicorn's a classier version.
Of a cuckold. Right. Well, let's get another voice message in here.
Hi, Dr. Drew. Huge fan. My name's Evan. I have a question. Whenever I make brown, after I start to wipe, I'll be wiping and wiping and wiping for what feels like every bit of an eternity, and it's just more and more shit over and over and over again. I've used wet wipes. I haven't tried a bidet yet. I can't figure out what's going on. Please help me and piss on me, beat me. I'm home here now.
Okay. His problem is he's wiping while he's still pooping.
No, maybe. But
you're supposed to finish pooping and then you wipe.
It occurs to me that there are a few possibilities here. Oh boy. One is, let's call it the Adam Carolla syndrome. He is sort of set up like the
peanut butter,
like a centaur. You know, he's got like man from the top up and animal from the bottom down. It's all hair. And so he says, wiping is like trying to get peanut butter out of shag carpet.
I knew you were gonna say it already. I like that. That's legendary.
That is his statement.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so and he says finding the right spot is like trying to find Santa Claus's mouth. That's his other statement. And so but seriously, there you can get agents that will firm things up so there's not so much moving around. That makes sense. You can try non-absorbable bulk agents like Metamucil. Sometimes, you know, you may be having like some essentially irritable bowel syndrome, and be more sort of towards the diarrhea end. And so there's putting bulk in your diet might help things out, or an absorbable bulk like acacia gum. That kind of thing can be very, very helpful. So that's one possibility. The Carolla syndrome is another possibility. What was else I'm thinking here?
You should get one of those Toto toilets with the squirts the
water.
Well,
he said he's going to get a bidet and work with that, and that's of course something he can do.
Why don't we, like, sincerely, why don't we do that
in this country?
Yeah, Japan has it, and they have music on them.
I know we get them. People get them in this country.
But why is it like funny?
Why is it funny?
Like if you have people like you seem like I'm thinking about getting one because I didn't need.
They're the God's gift.
Right. Do you have one?
No.
But why not?
I should.
Doctor. You should.
I'd love to, yeah.
But like I feel like I have like an insecurity. Someone come to my bathroom and be like, "Oh, Taylor loves pooping."
Oh no! When I first back to Carolla again, when those we were at the what used to be the Riga Royal, now the London Hotel in New York, and they had all the rooms had those toilets. He called me up to his room. He said, "You have to see this.
Yeah,
it's the best thing ever happened to me." So.
It's amazing, and it's unreasonable that we don't. It's horrible. It's a crime.
Oh, you can get attachments for $20 in your toilets. That just
you could get it on Amazon.
You know,
Amazon.
Because I was googling this stuff. You know what they have too? I think Toto has it. It's a famous company. It's like the Kleenex of
bidets.
Of those water. Is bidet the word? I guess. Yeah. So they have. It's insane that this even exists. They have a portable. It looks like a syringe, but it's for your asshole. Is it appropriate to say?
Doctor.
That's what it is. But like literally, people they're encouraged to travel with this thing.
Yeah.
And you fill it with water and you just squirt it.
Makes sense.
It's like a one shot.
I think though, if people are having so much, like this guy's having difficulty. And the other thing, the third thing I was going to tell him is, as you age, that sphincter can become a little more patulous. We call that, and medication can do that too. So medication, aging, irritable bowel, these are all things that can add to that stuff.
What does that mean, patulous?
Less tight, patulous, like openy, loose. Patulous. Doesn't patulous sound loose?
Your act outs made me uncomfortable, Dr. Drew.
Get my T-shirt. Another voice, one more.
Hey, my name is Ryan. I feel a certain, I don't know what to call it, but I feel a certain force against me sharing certain good news on social media and just sharing in general good news. I'm not really sure what it is, but I wanted to see what you guys thought of that. I'm a stand-up comedian, and I'm less than 2 years into it. And I just had a really good set, and I felt so weird about sharing it on social media. And I wanted to see what you thought about that, if there's anything that's weird about that or what have you. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
I mean, don't comedians just brutalize each other? If you were to come off a set and go, "Oh my God, I was so great at the comedy show," wouldn't the other comedians just jump on him?
Yeah, it's honest. Social media is very odd because like I have a friend who I adore and love, and every time she gets something, she could go to, like, she posts about it, and it's like, everyone goes, "Good for you," but it seems like as a comic, you're supposed to make fun of those people who do it.
Yes.
So this seems like a good person who's just like rightfully insecure about doing a thing, but it's also promoting. On the other hand, people expect you to do it. You know.
Yeah. So he'll get so get used to getting brutalized by other comedians.
I mean, no one's. If you post a funny set, and I mean,
but it makes
YouTube is where you get it. Your peers aren't going to shit on you if you post a funny set in this day and age.
It makes me wonder though, if he maybe growing up had whenever something good happened to him, he would go, if you were to run to mom, he'd say, "Oh, look what I did." She'd, "Yeah, it's nice, but that was your mom." Yeah. And that's it's hard then to to share things with other people to try to enhance your joy when it was always crushed when you were a kid. Let's give me an example.
I mean, it's my family, not necessarily my mom. I didn't tell my family to stand up for 3 years though, because I didn't want to hear you're not funny, because I wasn't funny around them. I mean, for example, my grandma later in life, I was like, this is 8 years ago, I don't know. I said, she's like, you didn't play sports growing up? I was like, yeah, I played soccer. And she's like, well, you were on the team. But like, she didn't even come to any games, but she's just like saying that to like
so always, not letting you, and some of that is from when families are super enmeshed, no one can stand out. No one's allowed to own anything of their own because it's all about the group.
Yeah.
Is it like that?
And then did your family, I mean, you did the doctor thing, but when you were going into radio and stuff, did they understand it?
No.
They were just like, why? You're a doctor. Yeah.
But I mean, I was doing community service for many years. That's all I really thought of it as. And then it sort of went to this other, became a thing.
Wait, because you went to jail?
No, I just didn't know. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know where I was. I was just sort of following, like, oh, that's interesting. I'll try that.
You did community service.
I was. What got me to talk on the radio was AIDS. I was taking care of so many AIDS patients, and no one was talking to young people about it. And I had this opportunity to go up, and I was like, oh my God, no one's talking to these kids. They don't know anything. They were just. I just couldn't believe how clueless everybody was. And I thought, God, I'm 26. I kind of understand stuff. It's very simple, and they need to know about AIDS. I'm gonna keep coming back.
You're a great man.
I was.
Oh no. Well, until you did this show, you told me I know that exercise.
That's right.
Enough.
Thank you.
But you didn't even say in a way that you weren't even like, Taylor, you should work out. You're like, I'm worried about you. Like you talk to me the same way you talk to like people, like your other guys about their addiction. Like
no.
Like Steve-O here, like I'm not.
No, I worry about Steve-O. But
he's doing great.
He's doing very great. All right, listen, we're gonna wrap things up.
I have to go.
I know. Thank you.
But tell me something good about me.
If people have been sitting and watching this and don't understand what's good about you already, it's about them. It's not about you.
That's such a like compliment my mom would give me.
No. You're funny. You're a dear friend. You're a likable, substantial person.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
But my health, give me like something encouraging that makes me want to go to the gym. And
I have this feeling that you would feel a lot better if you worked out some.
Do I seem like I feel bad?
No, but I just feel like you would really do you some good.
Yeah.
It would help you.
I need to do that, and thank you. You're encouraging me.
Yeah, I think it'll make you feel good. And you're always welcome. Come to our house more often. Come visit. And I miss Jill. What is she doing? Where she disappeared? I haven't seen her in like 2 years.
Jillian just got, what'd she do? Jillian Mellis has amazing things happening all the time. Her career's much better than mine.
Shouldn't pull you along.
Yeah, I mean, I've been telling her, Jillian, let's get me in a movie. What's wrong with you? Oh, she has a huge movie coming. Actually, it's Brittany runs a marathon. It was like the hit of Sundance. It's gonna be on Amazon in July.
Oh wow!
It's like a huge.
Is she the lead?
She's the lead. She produced it. She's the lead. She's a break. She's unbelievable. Yeah, it's really special.
Oh please,
it's like a meaningful.
I want to come to. Let me come to like there must be some release things or something. Relax things. Support her.
Put me in this.
No, of
course.
No. Just
I'll
I
let her
be
know.
The movie. The play. The movie. I just want to support.
She doesn't do plays.
I know.
Trash. I think I might hang out with people who do theater.
What do you call the Taylor Williamson show?
Taylor's talk show is in Los Angeles.
And where it's in a?
It's at the Groundlings Theater.
Theater. It's in a theater.
You got me. You tricked me. You fucking tricked me, Dr. Drew. That's some weird doctor shit you just did. I really fell for it. I was like, I got excited. You talked about something I'm excited about. What's that doctor move called? You were like good cop, bad cop, but you were all of them.
Yeah, I was bad cop, bad cop. Please, everybody, check out DrDrew.com. We've got this opium series there at the Weekly Infusion. That is, if you want to learn about how we got into this mess, we review the whole history there. Me and Adam every day on Dr. Drew and Adam Show. Also, I've got Dr. Drew podcast, all at DrDrew.com and the This Life podcast. If you miss any of these shows or any live shows, you can get everything at DrDrew.com. We've got it all there. And anywhere else, Nadav, anything else I need to remind people of?
No, you crushed it, man. Great show.
Wait, you're not done? Come see me on tour.
Give us some dates.
TaylorWilliamson.com. I don't know my dates.
Go to TaylorWilliamson.com. See everywhere Taylor Williamson. And if this hasn't convinced you, then you need to see more of Taylor. Nothing will.
Okay. You're supposed to be like, well, just keep looking. You're just like, no, you're right.
No, they're gonna love you after this.
You promise?
Pretty much.
I'm so great. Thank you for having me, buddy.
Privilege.
I love you and your family.
Thank you.
And your dogs.
We love you too.
They're your family. Dogs are family.
See you next
Spay
time.
and neuter your pets. You're kind of like Bob Barker a little bit.
Me?
Yeah.
Why?
He's a great man.
Because I'm old?
Yeah.
Goodbye. Next time. All conversations and information exchanged during participation in the Dr. Drew After Dark podcast or interaction on the drdrew.com website is intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. Do not confuse this with treatment or physician medical advice or direction per se. You must always follow your medical professional's advice and direction. Nothing on these podcasts or posted on this site supplements or supersedes the relationship and direction of your medical caretakers. Please understand, I am not playing the role of physician in this environment per se. I'm educating. I am a licensed physician with specialty boards in American Board of Internal Medicine and American Board of Addiction Medicine.